Hi, how are you? I'm Mary Amy, and I'm coming live from New York. I'm a certified intuitive wisdom coach and light worker, and I'm all about shifting away darkness and bringing you to light. Hey, Robert, how are you? And I believe we all have a beautiful glowing light that's in our heart, and I'm all about inner peace and personal serenity. Today, I'd like to touch on self-love. So self-love is caring about your well-being and your happiness. It's attending to your own needs. It's acceptance and awareness to our own original truest self. So let me make some suggestions and let's just become more aware and acknowledge whether or not we have self-love. So I'd like you to just imagine looking in a mirror and saying, I love myself, I accept myself. Now, if you look in the mirror and you can say, I love myself, then you probably have self-love. However, if you look in the mirror and you can't even say the words, I love you, then maybe you have some negativity or some negative emotions that are covering your own heart. So I'd like to make some suggestions about emotionally and physically setting personal boundaries. So let's start by visualizing an imaginary line 1 foot around your whole entire body. And this is going to set clear boundaries for you. So as you do that, you're going to acknowledge to yourself that the line's there. Now, nobody else obviously is going to see that line. However, because thoughts are very powerful and everything is a vibration, people might become aware of this. Now, if someone invades your space, you're allowed to ask them to leave. Give yourself permission to prevent anyone from entering your space. And this is just the start, right? Because we want to set personal boundaries so we can attain self-love. Now, I'd also like you to acknowledge your own personal abilities and talents. So why not make a list of 3 wonderful things about you? I mean, it could be anything. It could be something that you are able to do. It could be that you're great at math or you're musical, or make a list of 3. It might be something physical. It might be that you have the most beautiful eyes. This is all about becoming aware and discovering love inside your heart. So when we clear away negativity, negative emotions like fear, anger, sadness, shame, pain, we make room to have a higher vibration so we can ascend and have an awakening and become more of a multi-dimensional being. Now, I'd like you to also listen to your heart. So close your eyes and I want you to tune into your heart. And I want you to ask yourself, like, are you okay? Because, a lot of us sometimes shield ourselves from or we compress our feelings and we push them down. So I'd like you to bring awareness to yourself, because this is one of the steps in attaining self-love. And so ask yourself, what's bothering me? And let's dig deep. And maybe you say, oh, I'm super sad, or I'm unhappy, or I feel lost. And let's figure out why that is. So you might want to journal. Get a pad of paper, write it down. It's very cathartic, like a stream of consciousness. It's not about grammatical, what you're writing down. It's more about releasing. So you're going to release negative emotions and negativity. Now, I've learned myself that, I have fear, obviously. We have fear about things. And so that closes us up. We want to embrace our fears, have courage, whatever that is. So maybe what you're writing down is something that you have a fear over. And the way of getting through the fear is by acknowledging it. So whatever that fear is, write it down, and then maybe you would like to just travel through the fear acknowledge it, and set a goal for yourself. And when we embrace our fears and we have courage and we're brave, we transform and we find more love in our hearts. Maybe it's that you have to forgive someone, or you don't have to forgive someone. I'm suggesting that you do forgive someone. And, you know, even those who have done you wrong, you know, I've had, you know, whatever it is, energies come to me that are dark and negative. And it might come through as like some person or just some trauma. And how do I deal with that? Rather than coming up against it, you know, if you go up against negativity like hate or anger, you're actually just going to build on it. It's going to become more powerful. What I suggest is to send love. So if we can have self-love, then we are able to love others. We can find kindness and compassion, and we can give people a pass. We can acknowledge that maybe you're not walking in their shoes and you don't know exactly how they're feeling, and give them a break. Now, that's not to say that we, you know, stay in a toxic relationship or we indulge in people's negativity. I'm just saying, if someone comes at you, it's more about yourself, because everything that's happening to us, we've created. Thoughts are very powerful. And our thoughts create our future, right? And when we have somebody come to us and they have, I don't know, they have some kind of a lesson for us, it's because it's something, a shadow characteristic that we might have inside of us. And the best way to have a higher vibration is to have more love in your heart. So I'm suggesting for us to have a higher vibration to attract abundance and happiness. Now, before I go, I'm so glad that you joined me today. I just would like to mention that I visualize bringing light into my heart. And how do I do that? I do that through a sunrise. So I will watch a sunrise, and a sunrise is light on the horizon, which is beyond our sight, that there is hope and a difficult situation will improve. This will activate an unconscious source of light within ourselves. Now, next time, I'll probably give you a mini visualization so that I can help you bring light into your heart. Now, let's just run through it before I go. Some suggestions that I said. Personal boundaries, 1 foot from yourself, 1 foot from your being. Let's acknowledge personal traits that are wonderful about us, that we are special, because I love you. So let's love ourselves. There's oneness going on within us, right? We're all part of a whole. So if you're in pain, I'm in pain. And then the last thing was to listen to your heart and find out exactly why you're not loving yourself right now, because maybe you need to dismiss some kind of negativity that's in your heart. All right, well, everyone be well, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful night. Bye. How do I do this?